All right, beautiful people. Welcome to another live stream. I hope you're all doing fantastic tonight. We're here at about 9 p.m. So we've stayed pretty consistent with that. I gotta give myself props here. We've stayed pretty consistent on the time that we show up here for the stream. So 9 p.m. Tonight we're going to be talking about will your old negative thinking still be there? Will your old negative thinking still be there? That is going to be the topic of tonight's stream. I feel like there's still a ton of, maybe not a ton, but I feel like there's still a little bit confusion around the topic of negative thinking versus the accepting inner voice, right? Of course, we're all for the accepting inner voice here. That is what we're going for. But I still feel like there's a little bit of confusion around the topic of negative thinking versus the accepting inner voice. So I really just want to drive that home tonight. I want to drive that point home and put all doubt to rest, right? So that's what we're going to be doing. Monarchy, what's up, dude? First in chat, welcome. We'll see who's going to get second and third. Hope you're doing fantastic tonight, dude. We'll give it a minute or two, guys. Let some people get in here who want to watch us live, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get this one started. So hopefully we have a good one in store for you tonight. You know what I want to start doing, man? I want to start having some music playing, even during our pre-stream here while we're waiting around for people to join. I wanna start playing some music during these moments while we wait for chat to fill up. So let's go ahead and get our playlist started. Let's go ahead and get that started. Hopefully the damn notification bell works tonight. You never know. You never know with it. So let's get that music going. Turn that up a little bit. Turn that up a little bit. All right, all right. Send out a few more notifications here. What's today, man? I don't even know what today is. Monday. All right. How do I quit drinking? Okay, that's a big can of worms. I just feel like I'm going absolutely nowhere. Drives me crazy. Feel like everyone is annoyed by me. So drinking, I mean, drinking is addictive, right? It's very addicting. I would say, obviously, of course, and this is my opinion. I'm by no means an expert on substance abuse, right? I'm by no means an expert on substance abuse, but in my personal opinion, I don't think drinking is something you can necessarily just stop cold turkey. I don't know. You should probably get second opinions on this, but my opinion, I don't think you can just stop cold turkey. I think it'd probably be a bit easier for you, just like anything, really, if you slowly start making better choices, right? Maybe wean yourself off a bit. That's just my opinion. Again, disclaimer: I am no expert on substance abuse, but let's see. We got Charles coming in behind Monarchy. Says definitely should seek some help with that through a program. Yeah, definitely no expert on that topic, but in my personal opinion, I don't think it's something that you can just put down all of a sudden cold turkey if that's something that you do on the daily. So probably should seek some help through maybe a program like Charles suggested there. All right, guys, come one, come all. We're gonna wait for chat to fill up a little bit before we get started. Hopefully, we got a good one in store for you guys. Fingers crossed for an awesome stream tonight. How are you doing, Charles? Doing good, man? Welcome. I just want to, my point here tonight is to try to sum up all doubt, all confusion around the topic of negative thinking, right? Second fear thinking, as Dr. Claire Weeks called it. Second fear thinking and accepting thinking. I want to put all doubt to rest tonight. I want to try to get rid of everybody's confusion tonight. I want to make it as crystal clear tonight as I possibly can. That is my intentions as we come into this stream. So let's see if we can hit that goal there. All right, you guys. Let's see. I hate the notification bell. I really, 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 really hate it. Most people don't get notifications until an hour into the stream. They really need to fix their shit, man, over at YouTube. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but they really need to try to get a grip on things. Charles, today's my daughter's birthday. She passed away this time last year, so it's just a hard day. But still applying the 2 keys as best as I can, brother. I hate to hear that, dude. I hate to hear that. I'm glad we're having a stream tonight. I'm glad we're having a stream tonight for that reason alone, so that you can be here with us and have a little bit of support, right? So I hate to hear that, but I'm glad you're sticking to the 2 keys, and I'm glad you're here for the stream. Really glad this stream is happening tonight. Took the words right out of my mouth, dude. Took the words right out of my mouth, brother. All right. All right, so we don't have very many people in here at all, according to my numbers, but that's okay. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and get started. Get your shit together, YouTube. Fix your notification system, please. Let's go ahead and get started, and then by the time we're done, everybody will get a notification, and then we'll already be finished. So sounds perfect. Let's go. So, will your old negative thinking still be there? Again, guys, my point of being here tonight is to try to put any confusion to rest. I want to get rid of confusion. In my opinion, recovery is sort of difficult to obtain by anyone who is very confused, right? So since the beginning of time here on this channel, my goal has been to make things as clear as possible, and that's what we're going to be doing. So will your old negative thinking still be there? The short answer is yes. Now let me talk a little bit about this topic. So if you watched my streams back in the day, I'm talking like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, we used to say, don't follow your negative thoughts, right? That's how we used to put it. The reason we don't put it like that anymore is because I feel like there's a ton of people who blame their negative thinking on intrusive thoughts. Intrusive thoughts do exist. Do not get me wrong. You could be minding your own business and you've got a sticky intrusive thought. I'll get to that in just a second. Thank you so much, Rick. Wow, already 5 minutes into the stream. Don't get me wrong, intrusive thoughts exist, guys. You could be minding your own business, going on about your day, and you can get a sticky intrusive thought that says, hey, remember this from your past? Hey, remember what might happen in the future? Remember this what if? Intrusive thoughts exist, but the reason I don't say don't follow your negative thoughts anymore here on the channel is because people blame their negative thinking on their mind. Negative thinking is a choice, and it is a habit. Negative thinking is a choice, and it is a habit. Thank you for the purple hearts. I'm so glad you remembered. But understand this. Just because negative thinking is a choice and a habit doesn't mean it can't be changed. It can. But to answer the title of this stream, yes, it'll still be there because it's almost, like I said, an automatic habit. So instead of saying don't follow your negative thoughts like I used to say, because that was just referring to intrusive thoughts, we now say the 2 main keys, live your life and the accepting inner voice, right? So that's why I made that slight change there, because I felt like there was some confusion on the topic. Now, understand, again, the main point of the stream is to let you know, yes, your negative thinking will probably still be there out of habit, because if you look at it like training a muscle, you have trained your negative inner voice to be pretty damn ripped, right? To be pretty damn buff, let's face it. So, yes, it'll still pop up. You might be minding your own business, you get some anxiety symptoms, right, some intrusive thoughts or some physical symptoms, and the negative thinking is such a strong trained habit, a well-trained habit, that it seems to just pop up automatically. Automatically, you get up in your head over your symptoms and you start saying things like, I hate this, I don't want to feel this, where's my life gone? You just go down the rabbit hole and it's just negative thinking, negative thinking, negative thinking. So to answer the point of the stream, the title of the stream, yes, it'll pop up, just out of habit, right? More than likely, it'll pop up out of habit. You need to pair that right? We did a whole stream on the subject of pairing, which is a good way to put it. You can call it the accepting inner voice, or if it helps you to understand, you can call it pairing. Okay, I know my negative thinking out of habit. When I get these physical symptoms or these mental symptoms automatically out of habit, I'm going to get up in my head and tell myself shitty things, right? Second fear things. So yes, that'll be there, but you need to pair that up. So it looks like this. Here's an example. It looks like taking a step back, right? It looks like taking a step back. So here comes physical symptoms, right? And out of habit, your trained negative thinking, you start going, oh God, I hate this. I don't want this. What if I'm in danger, right? Whatever negative thinking you feed yourself. That pops up, and then there needs to be distance. You need to say, wait, I'm doing it again. I'm up in my head with the negative thinking. I'm up in my head adding bullshit. Okay, let's take a step back here. I need to pair that with the new accepting inner voice. That's what it looks like in the moment. That's your example. That is what it looks like in the moment, right? So yes, the negative thinking will still pop up. Yes, more than likely, right? It's not a guarantee, but more than likely, the negative thinking will still pop up. Now, as you train your new accepting inner voice, right, as you're pairing that negative thinking with something new, it'll get easier for you to do that, right? And it'll become easier for you to do that. It'll become more normal for you to do that. It won't feel so forced. And then there is a chance that at some point, the negative thinking that you automatically did out of habit won't be as strong, right? Maybe it won't pop up automatically for you at some point. But for now, especially if you're just getting into this thing, there's a good chance that the negative inner voice that you have trained to be so strong will still pop up. And that's okay. You've not failed at that point, right? What's going to make the difference between you failing or not at that point is not whether the old habit pops up, but whether or not you're doing the work of pairing that with the new inner voice, the accepting inner voice. So you notice that, oh man, I'm doing it again, all the second fear. You take a step back and you tell yourself something like, I don't know, get creative. You tell yourself something like, hey, actually, you know what? This is good. This is a good opportunity. My brain's learning. I'm okay with this anxiety being here. Whatever you want to tell yourself, get creative. You've got creative freedom here. But I see a lot of people blaming themselves and saying, you know what? I failed, Wonder Bro, because it seems like just as soon as I get these anxious symptoms and these mental symptoms, I failed, Wonder Bro, because just right out of the gate, I start to do negative thinking. Second fear thinking, right? It's what Dr. Claire Weeks meant by second fear. And I'm here to tell you tonight, I'm here to make it crystal clear. Just because your automatic negative thinking out of habit pops up whenever you're experiencing anxiety doesn't mean you failed. What's going to determine whether you fail or not is whether you're pairing that and trying to train the new inner voice. If you're not trying to train the new inner voice and you're just continuing feeding the beast of the negative thinking that you've done for so long, well then maybe you could count that as a failure. I'm using air quotes here because no matter how many times you fall, you can get back up. But I think you get my point. It's not about never having another negative sort of train of thought again, guys. It's not about being perfect. It's not about waking up with the attitude of, you know what, I can't do any negative thinking today, or I've failed myself, and I failed Wonder Bro, and that habit is strong, dude, and I understand it's strong, and I'm giving you a break here because I get that it's strong. I get that it's strong, right? So it's not about waking up with the perspective of, oh God, another day, as long as I don't do any negative thinking today, then I'll make progress. You're holding yourself to really impossible standards there, right? And maybe I didn't make this clear enough in the past, and that's on me, but I'm making it clear tonight that if you've got some negative thinking going on, it's a habit. If you've got some negative thinking going on, you can pair that with some new thinking, but just because the old thinking popped up doesn't mean you have failed. Right? It's an opportunity. We actually want it to pop up, right? Because when it pops up and out of habit you get into your head and you're like, oh God, I hate these symptoms, and there's that thought, please make that thought go away. Out of habit, when you do that, that's an opportunity. That is nothing more than a perfect opportunity for you to take a step back and say, okay, I'm doing the BS again, but it's time to introduce a new way of thinking. Right? So you're not fighting with the thoughts and feelings. You're just changing the way that you talk to yourself about them. And that's what thinking is. That's all thinking is. It's the way you talk to yourself, right? So let's make that crystal clear too. Thinking is not a complicated term. Thinking just simply means the way that you talk to yourself about whatever the heck is going on, right? And anxiety. So, we're just making everything really clear tonight. If negative thinking pops up, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to slap yourself on the wrist a little bit, not literally, but slap yourself on the wrist a little bit and say, hey, you're doing it again. You're adding that second fear, negative thinking. You know what? What's a new way for me to look at this? What is a good way? What is something new for me to tell myself about this, right? And we give millions of accepting inner voice examples here on the channel. Pick whatever you want, right? Have a field day. Pick whatever you want. Get creative, but it's a good opportunity. It is not failure. It is a good opportunity. It is not failure. When the negative thinking shows up, that does not mean failure. That means it's time to do the work. It's the opposite of failure. It means it's time to buckle in and do the work, right? What is the work? Again, it's to say, oh, I'm doing that negative thinking again. Let's try to build that new inner voice instead, right? It's an opportunity to say, oh, I'm doing that negative thinking again. Let's take a step back here and let's introduce some new accepting thinking. It is an opportunity for you to build the muscle of the accepting inner voice, and it's a lot like building a muscle, right? We've made this, we've gave this an analogy the past few streams because it's just such a good analogy. It's like hitting the gym, man. Your old habits are there, but you're going to keep hitting the gym. You're going to keep working on that new accepting inner voice, whether it feels real or not, whether it feels strange to you or not. You're breaking one habit and replacing it with a better one, right? So again, yes, your negative thinking. We're gonna sum this point up here. Yes, your negative thinking will pop up, right? It will, probably, out of habit. It might get to the point where it doesn't, but for now, probably out of habit, more than likely, it's going to pop up. Does that mean failure? Absolutely, of course not, right? But when it pops up, when you catch yourself doing that with the negative thinking, it is time to take a step back and say, hey, I'm going to start working on the practice. Change does not happen by itself, ladies and gentlemen, right? Change will not just fall into your lap. If you want that negative inner voice to be replaced with an accepting inner voice, then you've got to notice when you're using the negative inner voice, right? And start training the accepting inner voice while you live your life. That is the two main keys, the accepting inner voice and live your life. But change will not just fall out of the sky into your lap, right? Some people, they have that hope that, this change will just come about and fall into my lap, and my God, I hope it does for you. But why not get involved? Why not get involved? Because the chances of change just falling out of the sky into your lap are slim, right? Slim to none. So why not get involved? You're capable. You're absolutely capable. Every single person on this channel is absolutely capable. But the chances of it falling out of the sky into your lap are very slim to none. So you must understand that if you continue to feed your negative inner voice, which is what brought you here to the channel to begin with, you wouldn't have fried your nerves if you wasn't feeding your negative inner voice. You didn't know at the time, but now you do. If you want to make the progress that you want to see, you got to stop looking at the negative thinking, the second fear thinking. When that pops up, you got to see that as an opportunity instead of just running away with it and continuing to feed it. Right? Don't continue to feed this beast, your habit of negative thinking, if you don't want it to grow. You must start to feed something new. You must start to train the muscle of the accepting inner voice. Right now, you've got a negative inner voice that is ripped, dude. That thing is fucking buff. We're talking six-pack. We're talking big veiny arms and bulged out neck. We're talking, you've got a negative inner voice that looks like the fucking Incredible Hulk. Right? And that's why you're here, because that shit has fried your nerves. If you keep giving it steroids, which means every time your negative thinking pops up about your symptoms, aka second fear, that's what negative thinking is. If you keep giving it steroids, which means you don't call it out and you keep using it, it's just going to continue to look like the Incredible fucking Hulk. Right? At some point, you got to remove the steroids, which is you continuing to just basically do the negative thinking. You got to stop doing it. When you catch it, as soon as you catch it, you got to say, okay, I'm gonna start feeding something else. This guy's jacked enough. I'm gonna start feeding my accepting inner voice instead. You got to look at it as an opportunity, guys. You got to say, this is an opportunity, right? That in itself is the accepting inner voice. So I'm going to give another very clear example because, again, the whole point of tonight's stream is to be as clear as possible. Let's say you're sitting there minding your business. You woke up very anxious, right? You've got all these symptoms going. You don't feel right. You don't feel well. Automatically, out of habit, more than likely, the negative inner voice is going to pop up. You're going to start saying things to yourself that you have for the past however many years. Oh God, I'm anxious. I don't like this. Where's my life gone? You got to have the dedication. If you want to make steps forward, you have got to have the dedication in that moment to say, whoa, hold on now. This is what Wonder Bro was talking about. This moment right here is exactly what Wonder Bro was talking about. I'm not going to continue that. I'm not going to continue saying things like, oh, where's my life gone, and I'm fucked, and this is horrible. Here's that moment that Wonder Bro was talking about. I'm going to take a step back. All right, I've taken the step back. I've called myself out on the BS, and now I'm going to introduce some new thinking. I'm going to say something to myself like, hey, opportunity today. I embrace this anxiety. I got this. I know the real me. I'm just giving examples. You tell yourself whatever you want to tell yourself as long as it's not a fight, right? But my point is, guys, as long as you continue to fight with the details of the intrusive thoughts, as long as you continue to tell yourself negative things about the intrusive thoughts and negative things about the physical symptoms, you are continuing to give steroids to the Incredible Hulk of your negative thinking. We got to start giving the steroids. I don't know if that's a good example or not. We got to start giving something to the accepting inner voice. You got to start working the accepting inner voice, or else you're just going to be in this cycle. You're just going to be running in circles. Every day you wake up, the nerves are nice and fried from all the years of negative thinking that you've done to yourself. You wake up, you don't do anything. There's no positive behaviors, and you're just doing negative thinking from dusk till dawn. How do you think, right? That's a better question. How do you think you're going to get out of that cycle? Right? If you're not trying to call yourself out on these bad habits, you gotta start. So you wake up, you're nice and anxious, right? I'm being sarcastic. You're nice and anxious, and you notice that here comes the Incredible Hulk of negative thinking that you have fed for years and years and years and years. So of course that habit is strong. Of course it is. How could it not be? Here it comes. You start doing it out of choice. It doesn't feel like choice because it's such a habit. There's got to be an intervention. You've got to say, wait, today I'm going to tell myself something like, you know what, whatever thoughts and feelings come, okay, my brain's learning. I'm going to take advantage of this. I'm going to let this happen, right, so that my brain can learn. I'm going to get up and go take the trash out. Whatever. The two main keys together, accepting inner voice and positive behaviors. There's got to be change. There's got to be change, right? And a lot of times, people don't become the change that they want to see. They're just waiting for it to kind of fall out of the sky, right? But listen, you've already made the first step. You are here on the channel, right? Which means you now have no excuses. You have zero excuses, because after listening to tonight's stream, if you've been here for this stream, well, now you know what's going on. Now you know how it's going on. Now you know why it's going on. And now you know what you need to do about it, right? I'm going to make it clear again once more. You notice you're doing the negative second fear thinking. You change it to some sort of accepting inner voice, and you do it whether you feel like it or not. You do it whether you believe it or not. You do it because you're going to start training the muscle of the accepting inner voice instead of continuing to train the muscle of the negative inner voice. So, there you go. There's zero excuses now that can be had. You know what's going on. You know why it's going on. You know why you're in the boat that you're in. You know why your nerves are tired, and you know how to fix it. You know how to fix it. Nobody here lacks the intelligence to understand. You notice yourself doing negative thinking? Change it into accepting thinking, right? Tell yourself whatever you want to tell yourself as long as it's accepting. Nobody here lacks the intelligence to understand that. You all understand that. There's no way to make that more clear, right? So you've got a big goose egg of excuses left, right? And the reason I'm saying that is because I want you so desperately to get started, because you deserve to live a good life. You deserve to live a better life. You deserve to break out of this cycle of bullcrap. You deserve it. So I'm not on stream, guys, saying, hey, you've got no excuses left. We've made it totally clear tonight what your objective is. I'm not saying that to sound like some asshole or some douchebag. I'm saying that because why spend another day, 8 hours of the day in bed, not living and just continuing to train the negative thinking instead of training the right kind of thinking? Why continue to do that to yourself? You don't deserve that. You're all great people. You're good people. You've got good hearts. You need to take your life back. You know, time is passing you by here. And I'm not saying that to get you upset. I'm saying that because why not get started, dude? Why not get started, right? We can come up with 1,000,001 excuses, but none of them are valid. At this point, with as clear as we've made it tonight, and you can't make it any more crystal clear than we've already made it, at this point, why continue to try to grasp for an excuse? Why continue to try to grab an excuse out of thin air? Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. You deserve to live a good life. You're a good person who deserves to live a life free of this crap, right? And the only way you're going to get there is by saying to yourself, I've got what I need, and it's time to capitalize on it. I've got what I need. Change is not going to fall into my lap. I'm going to become the change, right? So I'm not on here trying to say, look, you've got no excuses to sound like an asshole. I'm on here saying you've got no excuses so that you can get started because you've dealt with this crap long enough, and it's time to move on. It's time to move on, right? So, guys, stop training the muscle of your negative second fear inner voice and start training the muscle of your accepting inner voice. Whether you believe it or not, whether it feels natural or not, whether it seems to be giving you results or not, just do it anyway. You've trained the negative inner voice for so long, of course it's going to take a little bit of time to train the new inner voice. And despite all the reasons why you think you can't do it, you can. Anybody is capable. You just got to start doing it. Nothing says that you physically can't start telling yourself some new things. Anybody can, but you got to do it. You got to make yourself do it. That's all it's going to come down to, right? Anybody can say, hey, I'm going to get on a new diet and I'm going to go to the gym, right? And I'm going to leave that gym one day feeling really good about myself with a brand new body, right? Anybody's capable of doing that. But why don't people do it? They don't do it because it takes a lot of work. They don't do it because it takes a lot of effort. I'm just using a comparison here. It's the same thing with this mental work. It's the same thing with this mental work. Everybody's capable of doing the mental work. Everybody's capable of training the accepting inner voice instead of the negative inner voice. And even if the negative inner voice pops up out of habit, they just train the accepting inner voice. Anybody's capable of doing it, right? People just don't do it. They just don't do it because it takes work and it takes a lot of effort, right? So I don't want you to fall into that trap of thinking, wow, I just can't do it. No, it's not because you can't do it. It's just because you're not doing it. There's a difference between I can't do it and I'm not doing it. To tell yourself you can't do it is bullshit. To tell yourself you can't do it is not valid because there's nothing that separates your brain from my brain, from his brain to her brain, right? So to tell yourself that you can't do it is all wrong and it's not justified and it's not valid. What you're really telling yourself is, I don't want to do it. That's the difference. There's no such thing as I can't do it. That's bullshit. There's no such thing as I can't do it. You've got crystal clear information here. There is no such thing as I can't do it. If you say I can't do it, you're basically trying to tell me that you've got some sort of brain defect and you can't understand. That's bullshit. That's wrong. That's all wrong. That's backwards. There's no such thing as I can't do it. What you're really telling me is I can do it, I just don't want to. I can do it, I'm just not doing it, right? That's the truth. It's not that you can't do it. You might walk around and tell yourself that you can't do it, but what you really need to be saying, if we're being honest here, is that I can do it, I'm just not doing it. I know it's not easy, guys, and I know it takes dedication, and I know you got to force yourself to work on that accepting inner voice, even when you really don't want to. I know all that, and I know this is not a cakewalk. I know all that, and I'm not trying to take that from you, right? But it's true. When I say There's no such thing as you can't do it. It's true. It's so true. It's not that you can't do it. It's that you're just choosing not to, right? For whatever reason, you're just choosing not to, right? Let's change that. You deserve to get your life back. You deserve to have a good life. You deserve to live a life that you want to live. So stop telling yourself you can't do it, because that's bullshit. You can do it. You just got to get started. Woo. That was a rant. I did not come on here tonight with the intentions of giving a rant stream. In fact, I was feeling very, very much chill before the stream started. But, you know, sometimes I just get heated. I get into the heat of the moment and I rant. But hopefully it inspires somebody. Hopefully it motivates somebody. Hopefully somebody out there has finally opened their eyes and said, you know what, he's right. What says that I can't start using the accepting inner voice? I don't feel like it. I don't necessarily want to. It takes work, but physically I'm capable. Mentally I'm capable. I can do it, right? Hopefully somebody's eyes, even if it's just one or two people, has been opened tonight, and they're going to start doing the work, right? I hope. So anyway, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you for watching tonight's stream. I really do appreciate you. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a big thumbs up. I'm going to take a breather for just a second because that was a mouthful. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Rick sent us a $5 tip when we first started our stream there. Thank you so much, Rick. Can we get some more purple hearts in the chat for Rick? Thank you, dude. First tip of the night. We're at 5, guys. We're on a 188-day streak. 188-day streak. That is amazing. So awesome. If you are still in the chat, please drop some purple hearts for my boy Rick. I just realized also that we had the music playing the entire time on the stream. I got so lost in the moment there that I totally forgot to turn it off, but that's okay. Miss Thanksgiving, who's still with me? Who is still with me? Miss Thanksgiving, Wonder Bro, what a blessing you are. Thank you so much for taking time out of your life to do the work you do. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for you guys and your support, I wouldn't be able to do this. So give yourselves a pat on the back too. Thank you so much. Finally not missing a live, so you made it. You made it. Yeah, some people just barely miss the lives. I imagine that's frustrating. I imagine that's a bit frustrating. I'm still here. Happy to have you here. Happy to have you here. I'm just taking a moment. Take a breather. If anybody's got any questions, man, feel free to ask them. Feel free to ask them. I keep missing them because of the time difference. Yeah, it's a problem for a few people here. Thankfully, right, the streams get uploaded, so that's the good news. But yeah, a lot of people do tend to miss them live due to the time difference. All right, I'm gonna grab a drink. It'll take me like 2 seconds. If you've got any questions, drop them, man. Drop them in the chat. We'll be right back. All right, what do they say? Pardon the interruption. All right, let's see here. So we got Sky in chat. What's up, Sky? We're going to scroll the comments up a little bit. I don't think we missed anything, though. I think we're all caught up. So if anybody's got any questions, feel free to drop those in the chat. We'll try to get those answered for you. But yeah, I think we're pretty much all caught up tonight. And not much channel news to really talk about, really. I'm still just trying to grow the other social media accounts, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. So if you guys want to follow me over there, trying to do new things over there, man. Trying to mix it up a little bit and branch out a little bit to try to get some new people over on the channel. So if you want to check those out, feel free to do so. But other than that, not really a whole lot to discuss tonight or talk about. So I'll leave it up to you guys if you have any questions. If you have any questions, send them my way. How are you doing, Sky? How have you been? Let's see here. Raven popping up in the chat. What up, Miss Raven? How you doing? How you doing? Give me 2 seconds here. Doing good. Happy to be here. We went on a bit of a rant tonight, but it was a really good one. It was a really good rant. So, what's up, Wonder Bro? What's up, Sky? How you doing, dude? How you been? Welcome. Last night's stream was really good as well. We covered a lot last night. I don't know, the streams have been pretty on point here recently. I'm going to have to change the title of this stream, I feel like, because this stream specifically, I think, was more important than the title leads it on to be, so we might actually change that title around a little bit. Everything's being slow today. I just feel like it's one of the more important topics to cover, really. I mean, because we can talk about positive behaviors, which are pretty self-explanatory in themselves, right? But I don't know. I feel like a lot of people aren't doing the mental work. You know, a lot of people make themselves go to work and stuff because they have to, right? A lot of people do this and a lot of people do that, but I feel like there's a good handful of people out there that's not really doing the mental work, and that's why it's just such an important topic to drive home. You know, if you continue to feed your negative inner voice, you're going to continue to get the same results, period, case closed. You know, we can talk about why this and why that all day long, but if you continue to feed the negative inner voice, which is what Dr. Claire Weeks called second fear, you can't expect your body and mind to return to a place of harmony, right? You can't expect your body and mind to return to a place of healing if you're just constantly feeding the negative inner voice. There's got to be change. Change has to happen, and change just doesn't fall out of the sky like that, unfortunately. If you're going to be gaming tonight, let me know. Would be cool to watch you play a bit. I'll be up late tonight. Sorry, I couldn't read for some reason there for a second. If we do decide to do some gaming, I'm not really sure if we will or not, but if we do, hopefully you'll get that notification. That was fun. I did have fun that night doing that. The gaming streams are kind of like a rare treat. I'm back. Hello, Kate. Welcome back. How are you doing today, Miss Thanksgiving? How you doing? Remember, guys, if you don't take anything else from this stream other than the fact that you are capable, right? You've just got to start working on it. You've just got to start feeding that accepting inner voice instead of that negative inner voice, right? If you don't take anything else from this stream, let it be that. Let it be that. Ghost, what's up, Ghost? Ghost popping up in the chat. What's up, dude? It's going, Ghost. It's going. Turkey lady. Yes. Is that what you're... I mean, I'm assuming, right? I'm assuming that's what your name is referring to, is the holiday of Thanksgiving. Of course, maybe. I don't know, but one thing I do know is that everybody now associates you with a turkey. For sure. Julian, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing fantastic. Can't continue training the same old thing, man, and expect different results. Right? If you keep feeding yourself with the same negative sort of thinking day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, you're not going to get different results, right? You're not going to get those different results. So important that you really get dedicated with that. So important that you really start to work on that. Yeah, I think everybody will always think of a turkey when they hear that name. For sure. Shady Bell House from Red Dead Redemption and The Sims. I love The Sims. Anything with building involved. It's the husband's influence, but I think I need a name change because not sure if the turkey lady is a good look. I don't know. I think it's too late. I think it's too late. I think you just have to embrace it at this point. I think you just have to embrace it at this point. I don't know what your other options are. Hey, there you go. There you go. Work on your negative thinking, even about your username. I'm the chicken lady. What's wrong with that? I mean, Kate's got a point. There you go with the turkey emojis. Embrace that shit. Embrace that shit. I love it. I've always sort of wondered why your username was Miss Thanksgiving, but it's interesting. It's unique. Embrace it. Turkey lady and I give lots of thanks. I don't know what playlist we got going tonight, but I kind of like it. Kind of like it. We haven't been hit with a ton of ads either, so. Why couldn't the skeleton go to the party? I don't know. Why couldn't the skeleton go to the party? I'm curious. I'm curious. What are we in store for? He had no body. Okay. I get it. He had no body to go with. All right. All right, I'll give you that one. That wasn't too bad. You're gonna get Sky started on the jokes. Just immediately Sky like popped back up in the chat. Hey, did someone say corny joke? Ooh. But see, Sky's jokes contained way too big of words, and I have dum-dum brains, so I can't read them. Kate's jokes are more on, like, you know, a level that I can understand. What has teeth but can't bite? So, riddle. What has teeth but can't bite? I don't know. What has teeth but can't bite? A comb. Okay, okay. Alright. I would have never guessed that in a million years. That was painful, Sky. What's up, Lincoln? How you doing, dude? Alright. We're having a comedy night. I don't know any good jokes that are at least not offensive. So I might have to sit this one out. I'm totally reading these off popsicle sticks right now. Alright, well, you've got the source material. Dude, Lincoln, you missed it, man. We totally ranted earlier. I know you love the rants. I know you love the rants. You missed it, man. Oh, God. Oh, God, Sky. How could you? How do you stop a bull from charging? I don't know. I feel like this one's got a simple answer. How do you do that? Let's see. Hi, everybody. What's up, Alexis? Welcome. Welcome, Alexis. Shoot, I missed the rant. You did, just barely, man. Just barely. Not by much. Take away his credit card. You know what's funny? I was actually going to say that, but I was like, no, it can't be that simple. It can't be that simple, right? It's got to be something a little bit more clever than that. I was thinking that for like 2 seconds. I should have said it, man. I should have said it. I should have said it. Damn it. What's up, Alexis? Hey, you two are comedic geniuses, okay? I agree. Yesterday I did something very anxiety provoking and it was embarrassing, but I made it through. Hey man, congrats. What's up, Winning? Welcome to the stream. You'll always make it through, right? That's the thing. You'll always make it through. There will never be a moment where you don't make it through. Now, whether you make it through with the right attitude or not, right? The accepting inner voice or not, working that, training that, that's a different story. But you'll always make it through at the end of the day, regardless. So you might as well go about it the right way, right? Why not? I've been recovering for a little bit now, and I seem to be having these moments where I remember I have anxiety. Consistently push away thoughts, but I feel like I know too much. Any advice? Well, there's really no need to push anything away, right? There's really no need to push anything away. If you have a thought that comes that you you remember, like you put it, that you have anxiety, there's no need to push it away. You just need to change your attitude towards it, right? So it's an attitude shift rather than pushing something away. It's an attitude shift. So, a thought comes, oh, you've got anxiety, this, that, and the other. There's no need to get up in your head and be like, oh, God, go away. Probably is not going to work very well anyway. So it's really just an attitude change. It's an attitude shift towards whatever thoughts you're currently having and whatever symptoms, feelings that you're currently having, right? So I would say my advice would be no need to push anything away as long as you've got the accepting inner voice. So a thought comes and you say, you know what, that's okay, right? It's okay that I just had that thought. You go on about your business or, whatever you want your accepting inner voice to be. I always tell people they can get creative with it. So whatever you want your accepting inner voice to be. But there's no need to actively try to push anything away. You just need to change your attitude towards it, which is what acceptance is really all about. These thoughts and these feelings will play themselves out as long as you've got the right inner voice towards it, which means you're not doing a ton of negative thinking about the fact that you just had a thought about anxiety or whatever. You're not doing that. Instead, you've just got the accepting inner voice. So does that make sense, Alexis? Hello, everyone. Hope the stream has been fantastic today. We did go on a bit of a classic rant earlier, so that was good. That's always good. The information I've gotten has been very good. I'm glad you're enjoying it, dude. As long as you're using it, right? As long as you're using it, that's the most important part. We're breaking out the pirate jokes. I see we have started to break out the pirate jokes now, guys. Lyrical anxiety genius. Well, that's one way to put it. I'm definitely accepting the thoughts. I almost feel like I've always been like this, and I can't seem to remember if this is always something I've dealt with. No need to ponder on that, right? No need to ponder on that. These thoughts and feelings will take care of themselves. They always take care of themselves, especially if you have the right attitude towards them. And what determines attitude, really? What determines attitude and what's going to determine attitude is what you tell yourself about the moment, what you tell yourself about your thoughts and feelings. That's what's going to determine attitude. So as long as there's not a negative inner voice going on and you're putting your effort into building the correct inner voice, right, the accepting inner voice, as Dr. Claire Weeks called it, then we're on the right track. What's coming and going is really none of your concern, right? It should be none of your concern. Your main concern, so to speak, should be your attitude towards it. As long as you've got a handle on that, as long as you've got that going in the right direction, then you're on the right track. And it sounds like you are on the right track. So a lot of people tend to make the mistake of giving, telling themselves things like, well, when the symptoms work themselves out and the thoughts work themselves out, then I'll do this or then I'll do that. But don't wait for that. Just let the thoughts and the feelings do their thing, because again, that's none of your business. It's none of your concern. Your only concern is the things that you're telling yourself. That's your only concern, and really that's the only thing that's in your control, right? Everything else is not in your control. Indirectly, if you get some sort of control on the way that you speak to yourself, the way that you think about these thoughts and feelings, then they'll take care of themselves, right? So that's the key there. That's the real key there. But thank you for the question. I appreciate it. How old is Nova? I don't know, actually. I don't know. I got her when she was just a puppy, but I'm not so sure. That is a good question. One that I don't have the answer to. Is that wrong of me? Is that something you're supposed to like keep up with? She's less than 5 because there's a video of her as a puppy. See, I can't. Yeah, yeah, that would be. Yeah, I think that would be right, actually. I think that would be right. I got Nova. Yeah, I believe it was after the channel started. The last time I had an episode was years ago. I recovered. I can't remember doing anything in particular. I kind of just forgot about it. And I couldn't even remember what I experienced. Yeah, so you kind of just naturally, some people call it by accident used acceptance, right? You weren't doing a whole lot of negative, fearful thinking about your thoughts and feelings. You just kind of left it alone, right? So you quote unquote accidentally used acceptance. But now that you know what you're doing for sure, right? There's no doubt about that. Um, we can finally put it behind us. But yeah, Kate's right. I'm pretty sure I got her after I started the channel, so around 5 or 6, probably. Probably. Don't sass me, Ghost. Arlene, what's up, Arlene? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. But again, thank you for the question, Alexis. I appreciate it. If anybody else has got any more questions, feel free to ask. We just passed our 1 hour mark, so we'll be wrapping this one up shortly, but we still got time to take some questions, so. Sassing Kate is the best job. It's a risky job, Ghost, because she might just swing that ban hammer on you, and then what will you do? My level of calm is next level. I love it, Sky. I think that's the only reason Ghost joins the streams is just to sass Kate a little bit. At least that's the way it seems. Maybe I'm wrong. There you go. That's the way he's making it sound, Kate. That's the way he's making it sound. Would you, if you have an intense level of anxiety in every situation, do the anxiety go away at once? Does it decrease in levels? It's more of a gradual change. It's more of a gradual change. So as you're working on the accepting inner voice and you're living your life, of course, that is our two main keys. It's more of a gradual change. Yeah, for sure. It's not really an all at once thing. It takes time for the nerves to heal. It takes time for the brain to learn to really retrain these pathways. So it's definitely more gradual over time. Ghost is agreeing. He says, "Yep, but chew toy is a good way to put it." Damn it, Ghost. All right, guys. Final call for any final questions. Final call. If you've got any questions, send them in. We're gonna wrap this one up in just a minute. Final call. Final call. What's up, Piano? What did you have for breakfast today? What did I have for breakfast today? That is actually a very good question. I believe I had a Pop Tart. Humorous tip of the day: always borrow money from a pessimist. They'll never expect it back. There you go. There you go. So not only did you get some anxiety advice today, but you got a little life hack there, a little life tip from Lincoln. Other than anxiety advice and gaming, what other things do you enjoy? I am a simple man, dude. Anxiety advice, basically doing the streams and the coaching, um, takes up quite a bit of my time. Outside of that, I do a lot of gaming. Music, I'm very passionate about music. I'm very, very passionate about music as well, so I'm a simple man. Only Maddie loves me. Hope she doesn't turn her back on me. Oh, the rivalry between Kate and Ghost. The rivalry between Kate and Ghost. Yes, we do, Lincoln. From yesterday. So that's why I haven't given any warnings on that. That's why we're just chill about it. I don't know what a Pop-Tart is? You don't know what a Pop-Tart is? Where do you live? I was under the impression that Pop Tarts were like a worldwide thing. Got a lot of stuff happening in life right now. Take care of yourself, Sky. Take care of yourself. What genre of music is your favorite? Okay, that is a good question. I'm all over the place when it comes to music. I don't stick to just one specific genre. Um, it would be difficult for me to pick a favorite. That's a boring answer, but it would be very difficult for me to pick a favorite. Is the garden all harvested? Yes. Yes. Well, except for the tomato. And I planted some peppers sort of late, so all right, guys, we're going to wrap this one up here. We do have a get out of jail from yesterday. It wasn't from just one particular person. It was like a group effort. So there's not one specific person we can thank for that. But we do have a get out of jail pass for the tip goal from yesterday. So we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about that. Let's see here. But I think that's it, guys. I think that's it for tonight. This was a good one. I really enjoyed our rant earlier, so we'll probably change the title of this stream, actually, because I didn't expect that rant to actually happen. So we might change the title of this stream. But this was a good one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed it. The likes do help the channel grow. And I think that's it. So until next time, as always, stay awesome.